Hey Sunny Solution fans, if you're watching this live, give me some hearts and likes. If you're watching on the replay, do a hashtag replay. My name is Dana Worthen and I'm a wellness advocate with doTERRA International and Sunny Solutions Living. And I've had a lot of people asking me for some recipes and some ideas about how to support their sense of smell. And essential oils are very powerful, and because they go through the limbic system, which goes through our olfactory, through the nose and up into the brain. And so sometimes we have things that can prevent the sense of smell from working properly. And it might be because we've had a cold, it might be because we've got, some kind of a surgery that's done some damage. There's a variety of reasons. So if you don't find one of these oils that work, it doesn't mean that they're not going to. We might just need to tweak the recipe or change up some of the oils that you're using or how many times a day that you use them. But when I did my research on this, I found there were several things behind a loss of smell or maybe not functioning the way you want. And oftentimes our smell goes along with our taste. And so when we don't smell properly, we don't taste properly. A few things I found were a zinc deficiency as well as a potassium deficiency can affect our sense of smell. And one of the suggestions was to use the no salt seasoning blend that you can buy in the grocery store. And a lot of people were finding that if they were potassium deficient, their sense of smell decreased. And so when they added the no salt to their diet, it helped their sense of smell. And as well as a zinc deficiency. And so you can look up the proper recommended doses for zinc. And then also in the Lifelong Vitality Pack from doTERRA, that does have zinc included. And so you may need just a tad bit extra, but don't go overboard on the zinc. And we all know that zinc is helpful for our immune system as well. So if you've been struggling with the loss of smell due to immune problems, the zinc may support that as well. And then I just have a few notes here. The other thing that I looked up was helichrysum and frankincense over the sinuses right here, the bridge of the nose, are very helpful in supporting the sense of smell. And so I just grabbed my helichrysum touch and my frankincense touch rollers. And these are really convenient. So I've just washed my hands. You can roll a little bit on your fingertip and then just apply it to the bridge of your nose. And then do the same with the helichrysum and apply it like that. And they recommend at least twice a day doing this, and it's kind of a long-term thing. So I would do that until you start to get a sense of smell to the level that you want. The other ideas that they had were a roller blend recipe, and then another simple solution before I get to the roller blend recipe was the peppermint and basil. And so you can put just a couple of drops of this in your hand with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil. And then they recommended putting it right here around your nose and then over your forehead here. Now remember, peppermint is really invigorating, and so you don't want to get it too close to your eyes. That's why they recommend just a little bit of coconut oil. And I'll show you a roller bottle recipe that you can add the peppermint and basil to. The other thing you could do is just open up the bottles and smell them frequently throughout the day. But that's not always a convenient way to use the oils, especially if you're out and about. So the roller bottle might be more helpful. And then the other one, oil that's newer to doTERRA, is the Adaptive. So it comes as a touch roller. You can also buy it in a 15 ml diffuser blend. And they recommended also taking the Adaptive and then rolling it a little bit right on each side of your nose and a little bit here and a little bit over the bridge of your nose. And then also on the back of the neck. And the Adaptive is helpful for that, increasing your sense of smell. And then the roller recipe that I have, and again, essential oils are customizable, so you can do a lot of things to help your sense of smell with the oils. And so if you find that you don't quite like the smell of this recipe, or you feel like it needs to be stronger, or maybe a little less, you can adjust it. But basil is my first oil that I'm going to put in the roller. And so it's 10 drops of basil, and I'm just using a 10 ml roller. This one's clear glass. The ones from doTERRA are amber colored. I had just bought some in bulk, so it doesn't necessarily matter what you're using. And then I also had some sticker labels that I got online as well. And I like to just put the stickers on ahead of time and then cover them with packing tape, because when you're using the rollers, there's going to be a little bit that drips down and your sticker will start to come off. The packing tape helps keep it on a little longer. If you want to get really fancy, you can buy a vinyl label maker and put that on, and those last quite a long time. So then you would just put the 10 drops of basil into your roller, and then 5 drops of the peppermint oil in your roller. And if you'd like to do 10, you can. Like I said, peppermint can be kind of tingly around the eyes, so I wanted to be careful not to add too much there. And then the other oil is tea tree, otherwise known as Melaleuca. And so tea tree is one of those powerful, it's antiviral, antibacterial, all those things that you think about, like if you go to the gym and you have locker feet. You want some tea tree for that. But it also is really helpful for sinuses. And so a lot of times when we have long-standing issues, we have invaders that have kind of moved into our body as well. And so the tea tree can help those long-time invaders. And so I did 5 drops into my roller. And then you can add a little bit of Breathe. Now there is peppermint in Breathe, but there's some other oils that are really good for respiratory support, which are part of our sinuses. And so I put 5 drops of the peppermint in. And then the last one was lime. So anytime we add a citrus oil to our blends, it enhances the effectiveness of the roller. And I love to put the lime in because it also supports the respiratory. Lime helps break up mucus in the body and helps with that. If you've got kind of those repetitive cough where you can't just quite quit coughing, it'll help calm that respiratory system down. And so it's really good to add for anytime we have sinus or respiratory issues. And then you'll top off the fractionated coconut with fractionated coconut oil into the roller. And then I just gently shake it to begin with. And then once you've got that blend in, then you just start using it right around the nose and over the forehead. And then if you want, you can do the bridge of the nose. So you can do a couple different things. You can do the frankincense touch and the helichrysum twice a day. And then you can use this roller. And the other recommended place to use the roller that we've just made with the peppermint and the basil, the tea tree, and the Breathe and the lime, on the bottoms of the feet under the toes. So like the pads of your toes, those are all related to your sinuses in reflexology. And so that'll also help with your sense of smell by placing it on the bottoms of your feet. So say that you're going to be out and about and you don't want to have this on you right at the moment. You could put it on your toes and then put your socks on. And then later in the day, you could, when you get home, you could reapply it again if you want around your nose and over your sinuses, plus the frankincense and helichrysum. And like I said, this is kind of a long-term thing. It might not work overnight. And so I want you to just be consistent, use them frequently, several times a day, and we can experiment from there. Like I said, if you want to make your roller a little stronger, or if you don't have all of those oils, just use what you have. And then as you add to your collection, you can just open the bottle up and put a few drops of the next oil in. A lot of times we can get benefits from just 1 or 2 oils if you don't have the other ones. So if you have some questions about improving your sense of smell, please message me and I can help you customize a blend for you and give you some other ideas to support your immune and your respiratory system as well. So I look forward to helping you, and we will talk to you soon. Have a great night.